Hello! I have been wanting to shoot this video for a while to show everyone my current art studio. I will actually be moving into another room in my house in about a month. My husband just remodeled this room for me about a year and a half ago with new flooring, shelves, butcher block countertops, and paint. But I have since outgrown it. Okay, let's get started. You come in through the front here, and along this wall, we have all of my 12 by 12 paper. Well, a lot of it, I should say. Some original artwork. Going along, I do have a pegboard that I mostly use for my small bottles of stuff. I have distress paints, some alcohol inks, some liquid Sculpey, some golden fluid acrylics, Liquitex soft bodies, Nuvos, Brushos, stuff like that. It's just a mixture. I got these shelves on clearance at Hobby Lobby. They were retail shelves, and I believe we paid $2 a piece for them, I want to say. My husband's find. Here, paint carousel. I use those mostly for gel printing. This sewing desk, self-explanatory, but I keep all of my fibers and small cut pieces of fabric right under there, shipping materials, stuff like that. So along this wall, I had originally wanted it to be a wall of paint, and it is mixed with sprays. So they are on acrylic nail polish shelves, displays they use at salons. So paint, my Nuvo sprays, stain, Dina Wakley's gloss sprays, acrylics, Dylusions paints, sprays, Distress oxides. I just got all of these Lindy's on the bottom two shelves, so they're not even filled with water yet. Mixture, sprays, paint, paints, going into some mixed media crayons, aqua pastels, Derwent ink tints blocks, stuff like that, mixed media waxes and stones, dyes, going back. Sorry, it's kind of set up like this. These carts hold everything from paint to sealers, marble paint, clay, stuff like that. They're packed full. And going down, I have my Cricut. I'm working on a Hello Kitty journal, as you can see, book. And I have everything for my Cricut station set up. All of the tools are right behind it. I have all of my cartridges right under it. My everything for my Cricut. I try to keep everything kind of in stations. So all of my dies are over here as well, and die cutting machines. My mink, my foil is over here as well. I recently purchased these little white shelves, and now I can fit stuff under there, so that's great. My laptop sits under there. My Gemini, a lot of used dyes that I use the most. I have these little magnetic sheets everywhere that hold dyes. I put them in front of this cabinet door, which is great. Inside of here, I have my press, my die plates for my Fiskars Fuse, which is what allows me to use all of my big dies. The Gemini will not hold those. T-shirts, whole bag of t-shirts, and more dies. Okay, so going along, this is vintage music sheets. A lot of my vintage maps, stuff like that I use in junk journals. That little pile of stuff is stuff that I will swap, trade, give away as I go through stuff. I just keep in piles. Send it to the next person. Up here, we skip past the top shelves. Albums for scrapbooking, stickers, Inkadoodle stamps. I wanted to point these out because I love these cases for my junk journal items. I have them marked doilies, flowers, bows, lace. I can just grab the case, put it on my desk, and go through it. These are wallpaper samples and little appliques. So, okay. Going along to this wall, ribbons, alcohol, inks, glitter, all of my art by Marlene, would be stickers, stamps, die cuts, stuff like that. I like to keep them all in groups. Dies, sorry. Some random ink pads and pens and stuff like that. This desk along the back wall is 10 foot long by 36 inches deep. So it is massive. Holds a ton of stuff as well as a lot of workplaces. So this will be the second paper cutter I have set up in here. I have another one at another station. Husband built me this shelf here. Holds paint, sequins, vintage stamps I like to use a lot. My Twinkling H2Os. And this gets into little bits and pieces, but all of my junk journaling stuff. Stickers, frames, pre-made pieces. All my junk journaling stuff is divided into little sections. So I just grab the case from here and get out what I want. 6x6 paper that I use the most. Stamps. The case up there with the Kodak thing is paper is mostly Tim Holtz cases, projects, stuff like that. Okay, down here I have planner supplies there. I took all of my Dual Illusions paints out of the containers they came with because they tend to dry out, and I bought these little bottles and they work great. So I do have a few others over on the wall that are the flip tops, but I replaced my older ones in these. This is all of my watercolors. Some things my pen pal sent me hanging there. Sandy and Heidi. These watercolors, Bombay inks, some extra distress pads I have, and I have several stations set up with heat embossing guns, scissors, and glue guns. I think I have 3 in this room. And moving on to mica powder, some flowers, some more stamps, ink pads and refills, ink pads, cleaners, refills, stuff like that. This section is mostly paper, journals, watercolor paper, 8.5 by 11 paper, finished albums, completed books there, and going on my TV, and on this, clip it up, I keep stamps, kind of divided by the maker of the stamps, and stencils. And it's packed. It holds a ton of stuff. I couldn't recommend those things more. I actually bought a generic one recently that has one clip it up ring, and I'm filling it up. Okay, we're going to go back a little. Sorry for going too fast here. And under the tables, I have 12 by 12 paper, Xyron, all my embossing powders, specialty paper. I keep my stamp blocks, miscellaneous stuff, another paper cutter because I need 10. Who doesn't need 10? Okay, we're going to hop to my middle desk in the middle of the room and show you guys. Okay, this is the middle setup. And here's that other clip it up I said I had just got. Have all of my vintage stuff up here for junk journals. This desk is 6 foot by 30 inches, so a little more narrow than the other, so it goes in the middle. My newest paper trimmer, which I love, precise cutting, a couple stools I can pull out there, ink pads, some stuff I use the most, my glue, Art by Marlene Paints. This marker display we also got on clearance at Hobby Lobby, which was a display. Markers, my main setup that I set at here, my desk, my paintbrushes, my light. Once again, I have heat tools, embossing gun, glue gun, all that stuff right here at my fingertips. I keep all of my glues, things I use the most, tape, quarter punches, my favorite gel pens, right at my fingertips. In these cabinets, I just added these to my room recently. I keep my small ephemera that I use for junk journaling, and paper, and the same, my Faber-Castell gelatos, junk journaling paper, handmade paper, vintage postcards, paper for junk journaling, handmade paper. So I'm not going to pull out everything because we would be here for hours. Another stool there, my office chair. I keep a lot of my vinyl there, smaller cutter and envelopes maker and stuff like that right at hand. This cart sits by my chair. It holds everything right in my hands. My scissors, gesso, daubers, favorite stamps. My Lavinia stamps are in there. Stuff like that. So, all of my ink pads I keep in the cases there. My Tim Holtz Distress ink pads. All right. So, try not to get y'all guys sick. This is where you come in the door to the right. I'm also a jewelry maker, so I have beads. I keep all of my eyelets and crocodiles, pre-made die cuts, glue guns, glue sticks, stuff like that in these drawers. 6x6, actually mostly 4x6 paper pads in there. This shelf up here holds a little bit of everything. Those cases have embellishments, Martha Stewart punches, finished art products, my husband's model plane. But this I call my jewelry making desk. I do most of my jewelry making here. Have all my supplies there. The bottom is a mess. I will show y'all because I can be messy. My printer, storage boxes, more beads. And over here is my bead cabinet, storage cabinet. So I have everything in here from seed beads, gemstones, you name it. They're all separated by color and style. These little Tim Holtz cabinets, I just love. The drawers slide all the way out, so you can take the whole thing if you need to. Yeah, just a mixture of all types of art supplies. I don't use this one over here in this corner as much as I do two others that I have. This is all Oriental themed junk journaling supplies that I traded with some girls on one of the groups that I'm in. Lovely ladies. Stuff I have ready to go out and swap the next time I sign up. This, again, one of the metal carts. My gel plates over here. Some more tools and stuff like that. Just a mixture, paper punches. This one holds most of my mixed media stuff, hardware, a lot of Tim Holtz pieces, stuff like that. And everybody's getting the rugs at Five Below, and this is my fabric from one of the lovely rugs. I clip off a piece, use it for bows. Love it in my junk journals and my albums. So without going through every little teeny thing in this room, that is an overview. I will be packing everything up and moving to another room in my house. And when I do that, I will video and show the progress. So if you guys have questions about anything I have in here, have skipped over and not told you what it is, just shoot me a message. Thank you.